And it was actually during the crisis of Pol Pot's regime in Cambodia, the 300,000 people who fled from Vietnam in what we call the crisis of the boat people, as many died at sea. And as God moved upon our hearts and broke us in compassion, usually in the place of prayer, it began to animate the birth of new ministries. Just this morning, as I was walking past one of the tables, Steve Good reached over and he said, "If it wasn't for that experience on the airplane, John, we wouldn't all be here." And my wife said to me, "What is he talking about?" And I said, "Well, honey, I was flying over the United States sometime, I don't know when it was, 78 or something like that, many years ago. It was whenever that crisis was. And as I was reading in a news magazine, very detached from Asia, I think I was flying over Florida, I had an open vision and I began to see a boat sinking. And I saw the deck crowded with families. I saw the parents pushing children up into the air as the boat was sinking, even as they were drowning. I believe sincerely that I was actually seeing something with the eye of my spirit. That was what God was witnessing at that moment. I later learned that there were thousands of people that were dying at sea while I was on that flight. All I know is that I was convulsed with weeping. I began to embarrass myself and all the passengers around me. I clambered out of my window seat, down the aisle, and locked myself in one of the restrooms. And I began to cry out to God. And finally this vision stopped. And I can't remember what God said to me other than there were 5 directives, clear things I was supposed to do. One of those I remember, I was to find Lauren Cunningham, and I was to say this vision that we have for a training ship has to be inclusive of the mercy of God to these people dying at sea. There must be a maritime vision. So I made my way to Omaha, Nebraska, where I found him doing an outreach, and I recounted while sitting on a suitcase this vision that I had on the airplane. That led to several of us in waves coming to Thailand. A friend and I actually walked into Cambodia at one point from the Thai border. It was a terrible, difficult, dangerous time. It led to God awakening us to His compassion for the refugees. It led to the staffing of camps in Hong Kong and Thailand and repatriation centers in third nations like in Long Beach, California with the Hmong and the Cambodians.